In this video, I want to talk about and define polyhedra and Platonic solids. So let's start with defining a polyhedra. A polyhedron is a closed connected shape in space whose outer surface consists of polygons, and the plural of polyhedron is polyhedra. The polygons that make up the outer surfaces of a polyhedron is known as a face. The place where two of the faces come together is known as an edge. And the corner point where several faces come together is known as the vertex. So let's look at some examples of these. Here I have two polyhedra. So this one has a total of 6 faces, the front and the back, the left, right, and the top and the bottom. It has 12 edges, which are the straight lines and the dotted lines that you see here. And then a total of 8 vertices, which are the corner points, like this one here. Over here, this one has 5 faces, 8 edges, and 5 vertices. On the other hand, if I consider a sphere, this is not a polyhedron, since it does not have any faces. The outside is not made up of polygons. So a sphere is actually not a polygon. So a sphere is actually not a polyhedron. I now want to talk about Platonic solids. There are 5 special polyhedra that are completely regular and uniform all around, and these are known as Platonic solids, named after Plato, who thought these solid shapes associated with earth, fire, water, air, and the whole universe. So let's look at each one of the Platonic solids individually. The first Platonic solid is a tetrahedron. This has 4 equilateral triangle faces with 3 triangles coming together at each vertex, as we can see in this picture here. Next, we have a cube, which is made up of 6 square faces with 3 squares coming together at each vertex. An octahedron, which has 8 equilateral triangle faces with 4 triangles coming together at each vertex. A dodecahedron, which has 12 regular pentagon faces with 3 pentagons coming together at each vertex. And finally, an icosahedron, which has 20 equilateral triangle faces with 5 triangles coming together at each vertex. So the names of the Platonic solids make sense because hedron comes from the Greek word for base or seat. Tetra, oca, dodeca, and icosa mean 4, 8, 12, and 20 respectively. So for instance, the icosahedron means 20 bases, which makes sense since an icosahedron is made of 20 triangular bases or faces. And these solids are special because each one is made from only one kind of regular polygon, and the same number of polygons come together at each vertex. And in fact, the Platonic solids are the only convex polyhedra having these 2 properties. Although cubes are very common in daily life, other Platonic solids are not as commonly seen. However, they do occur in nature occasionally. For example, the mineral pyrite can be formed in a crystal in the shape of a dodecahedron. And the mineral fluorite can form a crystal in the shape of an octahedron. And although it's rare, so can gold. And a lot of viruses are also shaped like an icosahedron.